All right, let's meet at the top of our mat in mountain pose, feet hip width apart, knees slightly softened. Let's inhale those arms up and exhale them down a few times. Just kind of come into a sense of your own breath in your own space. And when you feel ready, let's leave those hands down by our hips, palms facing forward. Really extend the fingers and spread the hands out. Set the shoulders down and back. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Go ahead and close your eyes. Just check in with the breath. Recognize the breath coming in and going out. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. As we begin our practice today, let's find an intention, a word, or a phrase that we can come back to and touch and bring us back into alignment when we find ourselves drifting away from our practice, when we find our thoughts scattering to different places. And maybe that word is just simple, could be happy or smile, could be love or heart. It's whatever comes to mind to you today for your practice. And now as we begin our practice, I'm going to invite you to flutter your eyes open. Bend at the knees, scoop some energy up from Mother Earth, rise it up, and exhale, pressing it down. Inhaling up and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Push the hips back, bend the knees slightly, have those buoyant legs as we inhale up and exhale down. On our next in-breath, let's extend those hands skyward and spread that energy out into the vast openness. Bend the knees and inhale, scoop that energy up and spread it out. And again, inhaling and exhaling. One more time, inhale, exhale, spread it all the way around. This time, inhale up, but press back down again. And again, inhaling and exhaling. One more time, inhale up, vast opening, spread it out. Inhale those hands into our back pockets as we work toward beautiful woman. Take those feet a little further apart. Legs are nice and buoyant as we swirl around. Face comes to the sky. Bending into those knees. Pushing our hips back. One more time around. Meet at the top. And then reverse. Exhaling down and around, inhaling up. Keep moving at your own pace, listening to your body, honoring your breath. One more time around for beautiful woman. And let's meet at the top. Soften those legs. Step your left foot slightly forward so we're kind of in this straddled position. I'm going to invite you to place your top hand out front, your bottom hand below. We're going to pull this energy in, and then we're going to send it back out by flipping our other hand on top. Pull it back. Flip back here by your hip and push it back out. So we're just rolling with that energy, shifting our weight from front foot to back foot. Beautiful. Now as we pull back, I'm inviting both hands to press forward. Palms will turn skyward and we'll pull back. And again, we're riding the wave. We're pushing and pulling the ride or the wave of energy here. One last time, push it out, pull it back, and bring that foot in. Shift your weight, extend our foot out, and we're gonna take that ball of energy and we're rolling it out, flipping our hand and bringing it back. Don't worry, am I right? Is it wrong? Just enjoy it, flow with it, hold that energy in the palm now as we come back, press both palms away and pull in. Use your legs. See if you can't even slow yourself down slightly and see what that feels like. Really noticing the nuances in the shift of energy from leg to leg, shoulders sitting down and back from our ears. And now as we pull in, we're going to come hands to heart center, bring our foot back. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, one hand down by our side as we lengthen from fingertips to fingertips. Inhale a little higher, look up if you like, pull your thumb back slightly. And then open up that side body, looking underneath and past that top arm. Beautiful. Inhaling up, windmilling those arms, switching positions, lengthening fingertips to fingertips. Knees are soft, belly button's active toward our spine. Inhale, reach a little higher. Pull the thumb back and exhale, opening that side body, looking past the underside of our arm. Beautiful. Inhaling up, both hands come behind our back as we interlace our fingers behind our back. Palms are pressing toward one another. We slide our knuckles down toward the earth. We'll lift our heart and our chest and our chin slightly. If you have that space and feel comfortable, we're going to lift the hands from the low back first. Knees are soft as we begin to hinge from our hips into a nice flat back, reaching our knuckles toward the space behind us, engaging our quads and our belly button. And if you'd like, continue to fold forward, reaching the knuckles for the sky. Let the head, neck, and shoulders release. Take a moment here, breathing into this posture. If you need to release the hands sooner than I cue, feel free to do that. Go for it. Big breath in. Exhale, release those hands to the earth. Let the head, neck, and shoulders release. Bend the knees and let the hips drop down. Really become that Raggedy Andy doll. Go ahead and shift that weight side to side. Left foot to right foot and back. Maybe even circle around a little. Releasing the head, neck, and shoulders further. Gently turn the head no. Nice and slow. Find neutral and then gently nod the head yes. And let that head come back to rest. Inhale, half rise, so lift, so fingertips come underneath the shins. We have a nice flat back. Knees still have softness in them. And we're squeezing our shoulder blades toward one another. Wonderful. Exhale, come into your forward fold once again. Drop your hips, look forward, drop your hips and look up at me. And then circle sweep and begin to slowly rise up. Sunflower forward fold. Once again, we're going to repeat this. Let the head hang. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release to forward fold. Drop your hips, look forward. Circle sweep, rise up. Exhale, sit into a chair version 2. Reach those hips back. Weight is in our heels. Draw your shoulders down and away from ears. Inhale, all the way up. Sunflower forward fold. Head, neck, and shoulders release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Drop the hips, look forward. Circle sweep, rise all the way up. Exhale, sit into chair. Inhale, rise up, sweep those hands sideways and out to the side, come into forward fold. Utkatasana, once again, inhale, half lift, monkey. Exhale, release. Drop those hips, look forward, circle sweep, rise all the way up. Exhale, sit into a chair, version 2. Stay here or find that balance chair onto the tippy toes. Circle sweep, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Turn and step wide on your mat, long side of your mat. Wonderful. Inhale, arms up. Sunflower, sweep, and extend up to that 5-pointed star. Draw those elbows into the rib cage, sit down. Inhale up, sunflower forward fold. And 5-pointed star. Yes, move it through this at your own pace. Check in with your breath. Building heat. Sweeping. Let's all meet up at our 5-pointed star. Turn our palms skyward and then sit our tailbones down and back into goddess pose. Palms face the sky. Squeeze the back muscles toward one another, shoulder blades toward one another. Inhale, rise up, 5-pointed star. Exhale, goddess pose. Right arm onto right thigh, left hand skyward. Lift and reach for the sky. Don't dump your weight into your thigh, but support yourself through the strength of your legs. Beautiful. Inhale, come back into goddess. Rise up. Exhale, sit back into our goddess pose. Left arm, extend, Shiva. Very good. Inhale, back to our goddess pose. And rise up, 5-pointed star. Exhale, hands into heart center. Walk those feet back together till they're about hip width apart. Circle sweep, arms up, really plug them in. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna go ahead and balance. So we're gonna do tree pose. Pick your trunk. Make sure we're checking in with this hip, keeping a trunk solid. Toes touch the ground, heel just above ankle joint. Or we can bring our sole to our calf. Knee is open to the side. Or if we'd like a little bit more, we can come to the thigh. And we begin to grow our tree at our own pace. And we can invite in some sunlight and some birds and squirrels and things. Keep lifting the heart, letting in that life-giving energy of the sun. Squeeze the upper back, open the chest. Beautiful. Draw those hands back together at the top. Exhale them back to heart center and not fall down. Set that foot down. Shift weight, shake your legs out as you need to. Find your version of tree on the opposite side. Again, mindful that we're not pushing out our supporting hip, but that we're keeping it tucked in. And then we can begin to grow our tree. And if you like, open those branches. The breath is coming in and the breath is going out. The trees or the birds are fluttering in and fluttering out too. Inhale, hands all the way up. Exhale to heart center. Bring the knee to center and set that foot down. Release those legs. I'm going to invite you to walk to the back of your mat. We're going to inhale, arms up. And sunflower forward fold, hinging from the hips. Bend those knees if you need to. Let's walk it out into a nice long plank. Shoulders over wrists or even slightly forward of wrists, toes curled under. Big breath in, lift the hips, and begin to build your first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savnyasana. Fingers are spread wide like starfish. Index fingers and middle fingers are pointed slightly to the front of the room. Our ears are lined up with our upper arms. Our tailbone is rising. Knees are bent so that we find the length through the spine and the torso.
rather than trying to make our heels touch the ground as our goal. Think long spine, chest opening and pressing. Beautiful. Inhale, plank, Tadasana. Come back to our plank. You can go to your knees if you need to, of course. Big breath in, downward facing dog once again. Adho Mukha Savasana. Right leg rises, toes point down to the earth, maybe even slightly in like a pigeon toe. If you're not sure, take a look at me. But we want to raise that leg as high as we can without rotating the hips. Beautiful. Set that foot down, inhale into a plank. Big breath in, exhale, downward facing dog once again. Left leg rises, toes point down, hips are square. Keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Left foot comes down, exhaling down to our hands and our knees, stacking our hands and knees, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Sunbird. Exhaling, we're going to draw our right knee toward our forehead. Inhaling, we're going to lift our chin and point our toe toward the sky and open up into our sunbird. Keeping our hips square, there's this tendency to want to roll out and open. So I'm going to invite you to think about dropping that right hip toward the earth. Exhale, tuck knee to nose or toward one another at least. Inhale, open, sunbird. And again, exhale, tuck and round, nice and tight, really draw in. Inhale, open. And find that knee coming to the earth, shifting our weight as we need to. Big breath in, exhale, knee to nose on the opposite side. Inhale, lift, sunbird. Think about dropping that hip toward the earth. Exhale, tuck and round, squeeze. Inhale, open, sunbird. And again, exhale, tuck, nice and tight. Inhale, open. And last one, tuck, nice and tight, push away from that earth, and then inhale to sunbird, and set that knee down. Walking our hands slightly forward of our shoulders, moving into an extended child's pose, Balasana. Hips are held high, fingers are reaching forward. Wonderful. We're going to take that left hand, thread it underneath the right arm, palm facing skyward, and find a thread the needle, placing our left temple on the earth before us. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Inhaling, returning that left hand to extended child's pose. Threading now the right arm under. Right temple makes contact with the earth. Wonderful. Inhaling, returning to our extended child's pose. Inhaling, rising up to hands and knees, extending that left leg back behind, left heel leads, dropping left hip toward earth. Let's add that right arm. So we're lengthening through the fingertips of our right hand out through the heel of our left foot. Opposite hand and foot. Pressing up and out of the shoulder of the hand that's on the ground. Navel center drawing toward our spine. Exhale our hand to the earth. Take our foot to the outside of our right leg, and we're going to turn and look over our right shoulder. So our toe touches gently on the ground. A little bit of a side opening here. Inhale, bring your gaze back between your hands first. Then bring that leg behind and set that knee down. Make adjustments as you need to. Big breath in, exhale, extend right heel back behind, drop right hip toward the earth. So we have a level pelvis. Press up and out of right arm and shoulder without locking the elbow. Extend left arm. Lengthening from fingertips to heel. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Keep breathing. We're holding our posture, not our breath. Exhale the hand down to the earth. Take the right toes to the outside of the left leg. Turn and look over that left shoulder. Wonderful. Bring your gaze back to between your hands. Bring that leg back into alignment, hip and everything. Then bring that knee down. Curl those toes under, walk those hands slightly forward, build that downward facing dog. Wonderful. Right leg rises, and then we're going to bring that right foot through. We want to bring it up to between our hands. So if you're not sure how to get there, you just use your right hand and you walk that foot forward to right where you need it to be. Bring your left knee down to the earth. Or go to your back knee first and then assist your leg forward. There you go, Glenda, you got it. All right. So, spin around. Left hip is sinking toward the earth. Our knee is back behind the hip. So if I had a plumb bob here, my knee would not be underneath my hip. So I'm going to walk that back foot back a little bit. Our knee is stacked over our ankle. We can climb up that thigh and we can be supported here. Or if you like, you can extend those hands skyward. This is a modified crescent lunge. Beautiful. I'm going to invite you to exhale both hands back down and reframe the right foot. Keep that left hand down, left shoulder stacked over ankle. All right, they don't have to be pressed together. Turn and open, extending your right hand skyward. Lengthen from the wrist of your left hand to your fingertips. Sink your hips forward. Beautiful. Exhale that right hand down to the inside of your right foot. You can be on your knuckles if you prefer. Arm and knee pushing against one another for stability. As we turn and open, extending our left hand toward the sky. It's going to feel a little bit different on this side of your body. Listen to and honor the limits of your body. Beautiful. Exhale that left hand back down. I want to invite you to walk that right foot to the outside edge of your mat. So I'm going to turn forward so you can see what I'm talking about. So walk it to the outside edge. Get on your outside of your foot, place your hand here to open that hip. Take your knee to the ground, back knee. Yep. Now we're just going to turn and twist and open that hip. Beautiful. Beautiful. You guys got it. You got it. Wonderful. Let's bring everything back to center. Curl our right toes under, pick up our knee, step our right foot back. Build that downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Left leg rises, left foot comes through, and we can come to that knee if we need to. Use our left hand to walk our foot forward. And once again, remember that the knee is back, is in front or behind the hip. Okay, curl the back toe under or flip it down. It's up to you for comfort. Knee stacked over ankle. We can climb up our thigh here, sinking our hips forward, keeping our hips square. If you like, you can inhale, arms up into our modified crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Keep breathing and believing. Exhale, the hands back down, frame that front foot. Right hand stays down. Again, you can use your knuckles if you like. Turn and open, extending left hand skyward. Finding length from our wrists to our fingertips. Exhaling, left hand back down to the inside of left foot. Again, knuckles are fine here, that we want them to touch and press against one another as we turn and open, extending right hand toward the sky. Lengthening from wrist to fingertips. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale that hand back down. Walk your left foot to the outside edge of your mat. Place your right hand on the earth, left hand to the inside of the left knee. Just roll to the outside edge of that foot, turn and open. Keep breathing. Wonderful. Inhale, bring everything back to center. Walk that foot back central. Curl your right toes under, pick up your right knee, step your left foot back. Build a downward facing dog. Inhale into plank, exhale to our knees. So we're in a modified plank. Slowly lower down to the earth. Release thighs, belly to the earth, forehead touches. Turn the tops of your feet down. Inhale, rise up, cobra, lift. Pull the shoulders down and back. Feel like your shoulders are going to sit into your hips. No hands. We're not pressing with the hands. Exhale, release. Inhale, press back up to that modified plank. Exhale, extended child's pose. Inhale, modified plank. Hips come forward, shoulders over wrists. Elbows tight into our side as we slowly lower to the earth, releasing thighs and belly to the earth. Touch forehead briefly. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Exhale, release forehead to the earth. Inhale, press up, modified plank. Exhale, extended child's pose. This is our half series. Inhaling, shifting those hips forward once again, modified plank. Tadasana. Exhale, slowly lower, chaturanga. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, press up, modified plank. Exhale, extended child's pose. Take a moment here to check in with your breath. Notice how you're feeling. Wonderful. Inhale, hips rise, curls, toes curl under. We build our downward facing dog. And we inhale, right leg rises. We exhale, right foot through, so we can walk it through if we like, using our hand. We're going to turn our back foot to open our hips, and we're going to windmill those arms up, coming into our warrior two, Virabhadrasana Devi. Inhale, straighten right leg, extend arms up overhead, backs of the hands touch one another. Exhale, sink back into right thigh, gazes to the end of our right fingertips, shoulders stacked over our hips. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up, straighten front leg. Exhale, sink. Find some depth. Find some gentleness in the arms and shoulders. Again, inhale, rise up. And exhale, warrior two. Virabhadrasana Devi. Tipping back, right hand goes skyward, left hand comes to rest gently on the back of our left leg as we reach up for the stars with our right hand. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Beautiful. Coming back to our warrior two, let's take right forearm onto right thigh and extend left hand skyward for a modified side angle. If you'd like a little more intensity, you can bring those fingertips toward the front of the room, pointing them right at me if you like. Beautiful. Inhale all the way back up, come into a warrior two and straighten your front leg. We're going to do pyramid. If you need a block, now's the time to grab your block.
So, quick way to get to pyramid. Kick your left hip to the back of the room. Kick it back. Come back to pyramid, look at me. Kick. Kick, there it is. Reach as far forward as you can. Tip into triangle. We can come supported on our shin. We can come bring fingertips to earth. If we have our block, we can support ourselves on our block. Lengthening from fingertips to fingertips. Front leg is straight. Straighten your front leg. Oh, there we go. So we want to feel as if we're sandwiched between two panes of glass. Think I'm the cream in that Oreo cookie. Going forward, going forward. Keep going, keep going. Open your hips. There you go.
Balance.
Just a little bit. Oh, you got the cushy mat. That's why.
Yeah.
There, so place your hand on that mat, there, or on that block, straighten your front leg. There you go. Pull your head back for me slightly. Beautiful. Well done. Windmill, bend that front knee, windmill both hands down to the earth. And step that foot forward, come into a forward fold. Inhale, half rise, flat back. Exhale, release. Right foot steps back behind into a low lunge. You can pull your heart forward. This is easier to get into your warrior. We're going to turn our back foot to open our hips. And we're going to climb up that thigh or windmill those arms up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana Devi. So remember, look at your knee. Is your front knee stacked over your ankle? Is it at least tracking towards your middle toes? Inhale, straighten front leg, extend arms skyward, back of the hands can touch. Let's look past the underside of our left arm. Exhale, warrior two, gazes to the end of our left fingertips. And again, inhale up and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Hold, keep breathing. Soften through the shoulders, tipping it backward to our reverse warrior. Really lift and lengthen toward the sky. Back hand just gently brushes that back leg. Beautiful. Coming back into our warrior two. Inhale up and straighten. Exhale, find your warrior two. Left arm comes onto left thigh. Right hand extends skyward. We're not dumping our weight into that left arm, shoulder, or thigh. Our torso and our strength is holding us upright. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to warrior two, straighten the front leg. If you need your block, this is where you find your block, get it in place. We're gonna kick our right hip back to the space behind us, so boom. Reach as far forward as we can and tip into triangle. We're supported on our block. Our knees aren't locked, but our legs are straight. We'd like to find a straightened front leg, but if we don't have that, that's fine. Well, I'd like you to straighten that leg.
Oh, okay.
And then put your hand here. And now it makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
There you go. Open that shoulder up. There we go. Everybody wants to turn their palm backwards. It's very interesting. Can you find the length here? You're right where you can be. Yeah, you're fine. Awesome. Exhale. Windmill both those hands back down. Turn that back foot onto its toes. Bend that front knee. Step your back foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Drop your hips, look forward, circle sweep all the way up. Walk those toes together, ankles stay apart, palms facing one another. As we exhale, press our knees together into our chair version one. Belly buttons drawing back toward our spine. Thumbs are drawing back to the space behind us. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sit back into chair version one.
My knee goes.
Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Cactus those arms, open the throat, heart, chest. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, version 1 for our chair. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Stay with me, hands in heart center. Left elbow outside of right knee. Bring this right hand back to seal with the left. Press and turn into a twisted chair. Hands come toward heart center. Dropping the hips. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up, come back to center. Circle sweep, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sit back into your chair. Right elbow comes to the outside of left knee. Reseal our hands. Then draw those hands toward heart center as you twist and rotate. You can open it up if you need to open it. I'm keeping mine sealed. And inhale, come back to center. Circle sweep, rise all the way up. Hands by our side. Take those feet hip width apart. Come into mountain if you need a drink. This is a wonderful time to get a drink of water. Inhale, arms up. Sunflower forward fold. We're going to step our right foot back to the outside edge of our mat so our pinky toe touches that edge and our heel drops inside. So our back foot's kind of at a little bit of an angle. Front foot, we can walk a little wider to the outside, toward the outside edge of the mat. Then we're going to climb up that front thigh, which is my left thigh, your left thigh. We're going to check our hips here. So we're in and supported by this left quad, and our hips are square forward. You can feel that with your hands. And if you feel ready, inhale those arms up into our warrior 1. Virabhadrasana Eka. Exhale those hands behind our back. Interlace our fingers, press our knuckles down. As we come into humble warrior, you might need to scoot your foot a little more forward. It's up to you. Exhale, lift the hands, begin to hinge. We're going to drop that left shoulder to the inside of that left knee. Let the crown of our head come down. We're going to look back at our back foot. We're drawing our knuckles toward the sky. We're not letting our shoulders sink into our ears. This is our humble warrior. If you need your hands to leave, go ahead and release those hands to the earth. Slowly rise up, walk up that thigh, or you can use the knuckles to rise all the way back up. Release those hands, step forward, inhale, arms up, sunflower forward fold. Inhale, half lift, exhale, release. Step left foot back behind, toes grazing the outside edge of our mat, heel drops in, walking our front foot a little wider. Again, we can rise up, sweep up, or walk up that thigh. And extend those arms skyward for our Virabhadrasana Eka. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Keep breathing and believing. Inhale, rise up a little higher, reach a little higher. Exhale, hands behind our back. Interlace our fingers. Press those knuckles down toward the earth and peel that heart open. Lift that chin slightly. Exhale, begin to hinge. Drawing the right shoulder down toward the inside of our right knee. Knuckles are reaching for the sky as the crown of our head is drawn toward Mother Earth. We're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. To leave humble warrior, you can use your hands to climb up, release your hands and climb up your thigh if you'd like, or just begin to rise up, letting the knuckles lead, pressing through the heel of the front foot. Release those hands, exhale to heart center, and step back up to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms come up, sunflower forward fold. Exhale, stepping our left foot back behind, followed by our right foot, downward facing dog.
Right leg rises, hips stay square. Right knee comes behind right wrist. Right foot comes across in front of our left hip. We're pulling our toes up as we walk our left foot back and settle into pigeon. Now you have other options on pigeon. You can do pigeon on your back. Here. And you can also do pigeon from a seated position. Here. So we want to listen to our body and find what feels best for us and use that method. We can come to our forearms, stack our fists and place our forehead on our stacked fists. Or if we feel we have that room and that space, we can walk our hands out in front of us and bring our forehead down to the mat. Wonderful. Inhaling, walking our hands back up underneath our shoulders, curling left toes under, press up, step right foot back, find a downward facing dog. Left leg rises, left knee comes to the back or just behind the left wrist. Left foot sweeps across in front of our right hip as we walk our right foot back. Hips are level with the earth. As we find that place that makes sense in our body, that level that works for us for our hip opener or pigeon. And so really you're going to feel some opening through that left glute medius. You might even feel a little bit in the back or the groin. If you need support, that's what the block is for. You can place that underneath your thigh as you learn to get hips open with time. So don't be afraid to use the tools. They're there to assist you.
That's where all my metal is right here. Right
So
there.
yeah, doing a modified version's the
Yeah.
best thing to do, absolutely. Beautiful. Walk those hands back up underneath the shoulders, curl the right toes under, press up, step back. Build me a nice, beautiful downward facing dog. Fingers are gripping, hips are rising, spine is elongating, and the breath is moving in and moving out. Wonderful. Exhale down to the hands and knees. I'm going to invite you to a seated position. We're going to do Navasana, which is half boat. And then we're going to do big toe wide boat. So Navasana, sometimes the best way to get into Navasana is right here with support behind the thighs. So we just want to find this balancing point. Keep your knees pulled in nice and tight, balance on your tailbone, or your sits bones, I should say. Raise your lower legs up till they're parallel with the floor. You can point your toes here if you like. Squeeze those thighs toward one another, lift the chest, and if you feel ready, you can extend hands toward the feet, or you can stay supported. Then we can practice extending a leg. Good. Beautiful. Exhale those feet down. I want you to bring the soles of the feet together. Little butterfly pose. Reach around to the outside. Use your thumbs to peel the pages of your little foot book open. Lengthen through the spine to really lift the chest. And use the strength of this musculature in your legs to open the hips further. Actively thinking about drawing the knees to the earth. Beautiful. Inhale, bring those knees back together. If you need to shake the legs out, do what you need to do. Peace fingers grab our big toes. We're going to find our balancing point on our sits bones. Then we're going to begin to slowly open up And if this is as far as you get, oh, happy day. We want to get here and we want to lift and lengthen. Do what you can with what you have in front of you today. Big toe, wide boat. Beautiful. Slowly, slowly begin to draw everything back down. Wonderful. We're going to do a seated cat-cow as we sit up tall and long. Exhale, tuck and round. Again, inhale, tall and long. And exhale, tuck and round. From here, slowly begin to lower yourselves back down to the earth, one vertebrae at a time. Oh, happy day. Place those palms beside your hips, palms facing down. Walk your heels comfortably close to your bottom. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind and lift those hips into bridge. Slide the shoulders down and away from your ears as if you're walking your fingertips toward your toes. Keep your knees lined up with your hips and your ankles. In other words, don't let them flop open like a butterfly. Keep them lined up. Keep lifting, breathing, and believing. Big breath in. Exhale, slowly begin to lower the hips back down to the earth, one vertebrae at a time. Draw those knees into the chest and give your low back and hips some love and thanks. Awesome. And let's find ourselves extending out into this full body stretch, interlacing our fingers above with the exception of the index fingers, have them lined up. We're doing a pencil stretch right out through the heels of our feet, out through the tips of our index fingers, reaching, reaching, reaching. Big breath in. And as we exhale, I invite you to sweep your hands down by your hips, move your feet to the outside edges of your mat. If you notice you have some impingement in the low back, I encourage you to take your feet flat, bend your knees, and then let your knees drop in to support one another so that you can relax. Try not to hold the knees open. If a butterfly pose works for you better with the soles of the feet together, maybe you would consider propping your thigh with a yoga block, both thighs, if you need some support. As you settle on to the earth, check in with your breath. Begin with a full, deep breath all the way in. And exhale that breath all the way back out. Notice the places where your body is pressing and lying on the earth. And acknowledge that where your body currently lies on this earth, you're connected there. Everything is connected to everything else in certain ways. If we look deeply into any process, we can see that if there's no sunlight, there's no life. No water, no life. No plants, no photosynthesis. No photosynthesis, no oxygen to breathe. No parents, no you, no rain, no food. No conditions for star and planet formation in this formative universe. No sunlight, no earth. See, these relationships are not always simple and linear. Usually things are embedded in a complex web of finely balanced interconnections. What we call life or health or
biosphere are all complex systems of interconnections with no absolute starting point or end point. Everything is related to everything else, and everything is in flux. Stars are born, go through stages and die. Everything is impermanent. This awareness might enhance our appreciation of impermanence and allow us to take things and circumstances and relationships less for granted while they're around. We may appreciate life more, people more, food more, opposite opinions more, simple moments more. If we perceive by looking more deeply into them that everything we are in contact with connects us to the whole world in each moment, and that things and other people and even places and circumstances are only here temporarily. It makes now so much more interesting. In fact, it makes now everything. Now surrender your resistance to pushing and pulling the things that come into your life, good or bad. Be willing to acknowledge that they're only here temporarily. Let the divine take the lead and release yourself to this vulnerable surrender. Allow yourself to let go of trying to figure it all out and trust that life will reveal to you and provide to you what you need in every moment as you breathe and let go. As you breathe in, acknowledge a sense of transformation beginning. And as you breathe out, release all that isn't serving you in a positive way. Open your heart. And with an open heart, so you go, and so it is. And now as you find your next in-breath, I invite you to bring some sensation back to the body, perhaps wiggle the fingers and the toes. Maybe roll the head slowly side to side. And when you find your next in-breath, or when you're ready, let's extend those arms together up above and the legs together down below, and just do an easy, gentle, full body stretch. Moving about in any way that just says, that feels good. And as you find your next out breath,
Gently draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a much deserved hug. Maybe roll on the low back and hips. You can stay here on your back, or I invite you onto your side into that rebirth position. I love this posture because it's so symbolic of a fresh start, a new day, a new life. Every day we can choose to start again. And this is a great place to start, to recognize that sensation in our bodies, to say, I am enough. I am willing to let go of resistance for whatever it is you're hanging on to. Go ahead and send out that silent message to yourself of support and what you are willing to do for your growth, for your spirit. Knowing that when we polish the brilliant gem of the self within, that spreads out to those around us and those we love, those we're in contact with, and again, brings us back to all that interconnectedness. Now, when you're ready, let's slowly and gently return to our easy seated position, sitting up tall, crisscross applesauce. And we'll finish with a couple deep cleansing breaths. Big breath in, and blow it out through the mouth. And again, big breath in through the nose, blow it out through the mouth. Last breath, I invite you to open your hearts and exhale hands into heart center. And remember, life is rich, beauty is everywhere, and every personal connection has meaning. Namaste.
Namaste.
Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace,